the dipshit discovered the SQL server at one point replaced blank date of birth fields with the default 11-1900, so we harassed an 86-year-old woman. Nice.
Yes?
Hello, Doris.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
We're just going through the voting rolls here, and we're just confirming anybody who's above the age of 100 years old. And right here it says you're 126 years old.
No, you got the wrong house.
That's a lie.
Are you Doris Wood?
Yeah, but you got the wrong house. I'm Doris, but you got the wrong place. That's the wrong information, all that stuff. No.
It's even funnier that they literally do go to the house and they do see that that person is there and that person has literally voted. 86-year-olds love voting. I'm just assuming that they definitely have voted because that's the favored activity of people over the age of 65. It's what they look forward to every 2 years. And therefore, instead of undermining his fraud argument, everybody turns around and goes, oh my God, clearly there is a lot of fraud happening here. Ugh. But even then, I can't stress this enough. America has a lot of issues. Our systems are busted overall. But if there's one thing that America unironically has very few problems with, at least for the time being, that might change, it's literally voting. The vote systems are fairly intact. There are numerous comprehensive studies and millions of dollars poured into this shit over and over again by right-wing committees, by bipartisan committees, by right-wing think tanks. The most comprehensive study on widespread voter fraud comes from the American Enterprise Institute. The American Enterprise Institute went out and tracked every single instance of voter fraud they could find. And their results were comical. Okay, I can't remember the exact number off the top of my mind right now, but I believe over the course of like multiple decades, billions of votes were cast and counted, and they found, I think, like 1,200 instances of voter fraud total. And for the record, those people were not all Democrats. I need you to also understand this. Those people were not all Democrats. This wasn't one race. This wasn't one race in one locality, and they were all Democrats that engaged in voter fraud. It was over the course of 30 plus years with billions of votes cast. Billions of votes were cast over the course of 30 plus years, and they found like 1,200 or 1,300 instances of voter fraud. And it was, I don't know if it was like, half and half, Democrat or Republican, but that was the total number. It is the most comprehensive. Oh, it was Heritage Foundation. It wasn't the American Enterprise Institute. I apologize. Yes, it was the Heritage Foundation. So it is kind of funny that the argument always is like, you don't understand, like this is happening, it's widespread, all this shit. Voter fraud is not an issue in American politics, surprisingly, because there's issues everywhere. And ironically enough, voter fraud is not one of those areas where there's like severe problems. Our electoral system has severe problems. We don't have compulsory voting. We don't have a federal holiday on the day of voting. There are many hurdles in the placed in front of people to go out and vote. There's voter suppression, which is done at the systemic level. There's also electoral fraud, which is, again, done at the systemic level, where, ballot harvesting initiatives is sometimes looked at critically because, sometimes there might be some fuckery. I think it was North Carolina. There was a famous case, right? Which was, again, Republicans that were engaging in it, but that's besides the point. Yeah, lack of voting locations, people being purged off their voter rolls without being told that they were purged. At the systemic level, I mean, the Secretary of State at the time, who became the governor of the state of Georgia, literally had his hands involved personally as the Secretary of State in purging numerous names off voter rolls and winning that election, the gubernatorial election. There is tremendous amounts of suppression. In America, the problem isn't that too many people are voting. In the United States of America, the problem is too little people are voting. I'm a numbers guy. I know you like number, and as a numbers guy, I looked at the number and I couldn't believe it. Voter fraud, not a problem. The real problem is voter suppression. And the issue is Republicans have won this conversation on voter suppression because it's somewhat beneficial for the Democrats too. You don't want too many pesky little poors voting. You don't want too many black and brown people voting. Let's be real. I mean, Democrats don't mind black people voting. That's true, but the right kinds of black people, right? That's their estimation, at least. The ones that will go out and vote for the Democratic Party. Democrats in the primaries take advantage of the voter suppression against their left flank, and Republicans in the general take advantage of voter suppression against their left flank. Yeah, Kemp literally removed precincts from majority black areas where he could remove precincts. He removed machines. So some precincts in fucking Atlanta only had 2 machines. Yes, it was an incredible theft that took place. Wild that you guys don't have compulsory voting. Freedom ain't free, brother. You force my ass to vote, I'll die to fight to make sure I never vote.